Hello everyone, welcome to the Growing Committee YouTube channel, and I am Akshay, DevOps engineer and founder of Growing Committee. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Pravesh, an AWS builder, community builder who has been actively participating in the cloud community, sharing knowledge, and helping others grow in their AWS journey. We'll talk about their experiences, AWS trends, and how community engagement plays a key role in professional growth. So let's dive into it. First of all, welcome to the show, Mr. Pravesh. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, Akshay.
Okay, that's great. So, tell us little bit about yourself and how you become a AWS community builder.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Pravi Sudha. I'm a philosophy graduate from Delhi University. For the past year and a half, I have been deeply immersed in DevOps related tools and technology, documenting my learning on blogging platforms like Hashnode, Medium, and Dev.to. So my AWS journey started with basic EC2 instance, which I used for blog projects, and gradually I expanded into services like EKS, which is Elastic Kubernetes Service, that is used for container orchestration. I use code build, code deploy, and code commit for CI/CD operations, IAM for access management, and many more. So I first heard about the AWS Community Builder program from DevOps professionals like Shubham Londe and Nasiullah Chaudhary, and inspired by them, I applied last year, but my profile was not too good at that time, so I failed. However, I continued my contribution to the community, and fortunately, this year I'm selected under the containers category.
So, first of all, congratulations for being selected as a community builder, and I hope a lot of opportunities will be there after this. So, the AWS Community Builder Program is known for bringing together passionate cloud professionals. Can you tell us about the program is how is it's all about and how it has impacted your journey?
Okay. So the AWS Community Builder Program is an initiative started by AWS to support cloud enthusiasts and thought leader by providing them technical resources, education, and networking opportunity to showcase their skill in front of the world. And the program span over various categories. Like I told earlier, I was selected in containers category. So there are many categories like container, serverless, cloud ops, security and identity, and many more. And since my content revolved around serverless and containers, so I opted for these two, and I was fortunate to be selected in containers category. And since joining, I had the opportunity to connect with 100 plus AWS enthusiast and professional on LinkedIn. So I have recently joined their Slack channel and I engage with some of the bright mind of the cloud space. So the community is filled with determined people who are dedicated to grow with you and help others grow. So something which resonate deeply with me.
Okay, that's cool. So I know many of the other people also I know who has been a community builder in the past. So you are the recent one. So I thought to discuss about it all with you. Okay. So AWS continuously evolving. So what are some of the latest technologies or services that excite you the most in this?
Okay, so far I have worked with basic AWS services like EC2, Lambda, IAM, EKS. So now as the part of the Buildings program, I'm expected to work with ECS, which is Elastic Container Services, and Fargate, an advanced feature of EKS. So one of the major benefit of this program is access to AWS free credits, which will allow me to work on my project without thinking about the financial constraints. Additionally, I am planning to dive deeper into security and identity services because I personally feel that security is a fundamental pillar to cloud computing and data processing.
Right. So very interesting. That's a great insight. Many organizations are rapidly adopting a cloud native technology or cloud native solutions. So recently we also have that India had a CNCF cloud native conference in Delhi. So what advice do you have for the professionals looking to stay updated and keep up with the AWS advancement?
Okay. So for professional looking to stay ahead in AWS space, my advice is simple. Read, experiment, and engage with the community. So you can subscribe to AWS newsletter, join their LinkedIn groups, and platforms like daily.dev is doing an amazing job for keeping updating people. And personally, I prefer reading articles and documentation rather than video content because I feel like not all AWS feature can be included in video content. And most importantly, hands-on practice is very crucial because with open source project, you can find the code base of any project available on GitHub. But experimenting with real world scenarios will deepen your understanding and will help you far more than just theoretical knowledge.
Great, great, great. That's totally true. Okay, that's cool. So next question from my side is being a part of the community is a game changer. And how has being an AWS community builder helped you in the professionally and personally?
So even though I have been part of the program for only few days, I can already see its immense value. The AWS Community Program foster an environment of collaboration, sharing, networking, and knowledge. So one of the biggest advantage is exposure. So this program provides a global platform to showcase your skill in front of the world. I know many DevOps professional who landed remote job after getting into the program. So moreover, interacting with like-minded people propels you to contribute more to the community.
Oh, that's awesome. So you mentioned about the remote job. And nowadays, every folks has a dream that to get a remote job and all. Okay, cool. We will also talk about that in a separate question. You also contributed to the open source and the community project. So, how important is the open source nowadays in cloud space, and how newcomers can get involved?
So I think open source is the backbone of modern cloud computing. It fosters collaboration, innovation, and accessibility to high quality software. So recently I contributed to Kestra, which is a event workflow orchestration tool. It is similar to Apache Airflow, but with a YAML declarative form, which makes it easier and simple to use. So my contributions were minor front-end fixes using Vue.js file, but the impact was huge. It led to my blog being featured on Kestra's website. So I have written down a blog about my contribution, and I had the privilege of connecting with Milos, who is the senior front-end engineer at Kestra. So for newcomer looking to get into open source, I would recommend firstly, you need to learn a programming language. It can be Java, Python, Golang, JavaScript, any one you like. But if you are interested into CNCF particularly, I would recommend use Golang because most of the projects in the CNCF landscape is built using Go. So, and the second advice would be start small with good first issue on GitHub because the initial code base may overwhelm you because as a beginner you don't know where how things work in this big project. So be patient and consistent, and you'll get the hang of it. And last but not the least, believe in yourself and start contributing. Yes.
So for those who are aspiring to get into AWS, what advice would you like to give them, whether they are transitioning their career or just starting out? So I think this is a very important question for that our viewers are just watching this video. So how things work for you, how they can be a community builder.
Okay. So, so my advice would be very simple, like earlier, like explore, experiment, and expand your knowledge. So most beginners follow blog tutorials. They just copy the step and move on. But real learning happen when you experiment. For example, like I did a recent project. Like if you want to deploy a Flask to-do app on EC2 instance, so first you follow the standard deployment steps. Then you can experiment like how about I integrate a DynamoDB storage DynamoDB database for storage. And next, you can add like an email notification using SNS or SES when a task is completed. So each step will bring challenges and error, but troubleshooting them will strengthen your skill. And the key here is problem solving. Search for solution because at the end of the day, we are looking for the solution of the problem we are. It doesn't matter which tools you are using. So search for solution, debug error, and refine your approach. And this process of learning by doing will also solidify your AWS foundation.
Great, great. Learn by doing is very important. And I also personally saw your many of the blog and LinkedIn posts which you have been sharing from the last couple of months and good stuff on AWS related things. Cool. So that's very important to become an AWS community builder. So this has been an insightful discussion. Before we wrap up, and where can our listeners find you and follow your work? Because most of the people just would like to connect with you. That okay, Pravesh, I just want to connect and just let me help. And so where they can reach out to you.
Okay. So first of all, I want to thank you, Akshay, for having me on this podcast. I really enjoyed this conversation. This was my first podcast, so I was very nervous and excited about it. And I hope our discussion help our listener navigate their AWS journey efficiently. So if you like my work and stay connected, you can find me on my website like pravesudha.com. It has all my social link in the footer section. Moreover, you can search about me on LinkedIn. My name Pravesh Sudha. I'm also available on YouTube, so you can watch my content. So looking forward to connecting with everyone. Keep exploring, keep learning.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I just know that you also have the YouTube channel. So, viewers, I will just mention the YouTube channel of Pravesh in the link, and you can watch out his other good stuff of AWS and other amazing work he is doing. So, thanks once again, Pravesh, for joining us and our listeners. If you enjoyed today's episode, just don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment and do follow for more amazing conversations. Until next time, keep learning and be stay curious. Bye bye.